In 1960, the Beatles formed, and when they released their first project, every record was released in mono. Mono was the only way you could get music. You wouldn't have a stereo system. You'd literally only have a mono system. In 1964, Capitol Records, as the United States distributor for the Beatles, decided that stereo was going to be a huge craze, and they demanded that there be stereo mixes for the Beatles releases in the United States. England at the time was still totally fine with mono. When they recorded these mixes down to the 2-track, one track had the vocals and one track had the instrumentals, so they could send it to master, where then they would make that final balance master. But because that's all they had, that was the only way that they could split left and right. So one channel got all the vocals and one channel's got everything else. And that was fine for Capitol. They did not care. But it gets worse. The executive, Dave Dexter Jr., who was in charge of all this, had the brilliant idea of drowning every single song in reverb. They had these beautiful brand new echo chambers at Capitol Records in Los Angeles. And I'm sure it was his ass that was on the line if they didn't get used enough, because he decided that every song needed more reverb. So every song got reverbed. And those are the versions that then got released in the United States, not to mention rearranged track lists and additional songs. This was fine for the moneymakers and is a wonderful case study on the downsides of capitalism. What they didn't expect was headphone listeners to be so prevalent. And in today's world, when we're left with these botched-ass stereo mixes and we're listening on headphones, on earbuds, it feels like our heads being pulled apart in two different directions, when there would be nothing wrong with just having a little mono mix coming out of both headphones. No one's gonna fucking die. But I hope Dave Dexter fucking died.